Hello again, everyone. This is John the Nerd with no job, and continuing my inability to release these things on time, let's talk about the 4th episode of HBO's The Last of Us. Please hold to my main characters. A hand! My hand. Please hold to my hand. Will they bait and switch us again? Are we going to see the origins of the guy who made Joel's jacket this time? Will we finally get an episode focusing on our main protagonist? Let's find out. Spoilers ahead for episode 4. Now, this episode starts like every strong TikTok. Ellie is pointing a gun at herself in the mirror, trying to look tough. I think she's trying to look tough. It's hard for me to tell. Wait, that's not the right screenshot. Come on, guys, we gotta label these better. In seriousness, this doesn't tend to end well whenever I see it in YouTube Shorts or TikToks or funny videos about YouTube Shorts or TikToks. I really hope she doesn't shoot herself or the mirror. More serious again, I promise. I'm curious why they keep including these odd scenes where Ellie tries to look tough while stabbing the infected in the face in the last episode. Or now, when she's posing with a gun in front of a mirror, and I'm half surprised she doesn't tell the audience not to show up to the next episode tomorrow. Why do they want her to come across as a sociopath? Can we just have an emotional moment where we feel, good? But that's enough about Ellie. Where's Joel? Oh, he's outside stealing gas. Side note, is it still stealing gas if whoever owns the car and therefore the gas inside is dead? Anyway, Joel is trying to explain how siphoning gas works, and look, he can't. Get it? He isn't so smart. In reality, it makes sense that Joel knows how to siphon gas but can't explain it, given his more blue-collar background. But in his hubris trying to explain the unexplainable, he's given Ellie room to commit the greatest sin known to comedy. Puns. Oh no, she has a book of puns. Everyone get out of here! Oh my gosh, guys, then they get on the road and it's like that scene from the game where Ellie gives Joel the old music and we make fun of him for being old. And then the adult magazine joke, do you guys get it? It's like the game, guys, get it? Man, they sure make dilapidated the Midwest, look good. But now it's time for everyone to remind themselves why they love their houses so much, and it's clearly time for some camping. But no tent, though, or sleeping in the truck. Realize it wouldn't be super comfortable, but I can only imagine the low temperature in the mornings would be even more uncomfortable. What's this? Ellie doesn't like coffee. She's a teenager who at once is goofy and angsty, but doesn't like coffee. Unregulated stimulants? This is probably the most unrealistic thing about this post-apocalyptic zombie show. How dare they make this jump in conclusions? What? Remember last episode when Joel made it super duper clear to Ellie that their histories got left behind? That's last episode, you fool. This is this episode. And Ellie starts asking a question about Joel's past, and he just answers. And then we get an extended driving scene, which is quite nice, actually, because it's, more time of the main characters who this show is about interacting, and, it's a proper character development for the central bond that made the game so compelling. And most importantly, now we learn why Tommy is out in Wyoming. He joined the Fireflies, and then left, which Joel is very clear is a pattern for Tommy, joining up and then leaving when it doesn't live up to expectations. But now Joel is tired of talking and tells Ellie to go to sleep. She says she isn't tired, and then she falls asleep. Ha! That's just so... But now, unfortunately, our extended driving scene is interrupted by a blocked road. Blocked by Big Bread. They really want us to know who blocked this road. I mean, how could those gluten peddlers do this? Alas, there is no way through, so Joel resolves to go around. Do you get it? Do you guys get it? It's just like the game. And now we arrive in Kansas City. Really? Aren't they in the Super Bowl? Kansas City isn't looking too good. The buildings are crumbling, the streets are filthy. And then they added the CGI effects that they added to downtown Calgary. Once more, hitting beats from the game, a man staggers out, pretending to be wounded, and Joel tries desperately to escape from the ambushers, only for them to spring their trap, or just refuse they found at the shooting location, to disable the truck, causing them to crash. Oh no! But the ambushers have followed them. It's almost like they were trying to rob them. And they shout that much. Why is Joel being such a bad man shooting back? How could he? Why would he do in this world where people are trying to typically shoot to wound? What a monster! After a protracted gunfight, Joel is able to dispatch 2 of the ambushers, and can I just say once again, Joel, turn on the aim assist. You clearly need it. You aren't impressing us by wasting all this ammo. And now you have to contend with a 3rd ambusher with a shotgun. This is why you play stealthily and use melee stealth kill. The third ambusher gets the upper hand and swears to kill Joel, slowly choking him out with a shotgun. I mean, hey, let's not judge this guy based on how he treats a total stranger who his friend shot at first. Meanwhile, Ellie has been hiding nearby, and she hears this scuffle, deciding to intervene using that handy-dandy pistol from the first scene. Oh, that's why she had it. And kablamo! Shoots the ambusher perfectly to paralyze him. Oh yes, now he's crying. What did he expect to happen? Why do TV shows and games now have to go down this path? We get it. The bad guys are people too. He and his friends were shooting to kill, and Joel and Ellie aren't expected to do the same. Twitter doesn't care about opposing opinions. Why should we? Now the show dismisses us and Ellie because it's time for Idiot Joel decision time. We hear but don't see Joel finish off Crybaby Man, and now it's sneaking time. Oh yeah, don't take any of those supplies like Joel's bag or anything. It's not important. Why is Joel not prepared for this very situation? He talks about having done this to people and having it done to him, but isn't ready for this panic at all. And once again, furthering the oddly surprising things, given all the loud shouting, crying, and gunfire, the baddies arrive in big armored trucks where the ambush happened. And the first two are dead, but they spot the dead guy inside the building first. He's in the back of a laundromat or whatever they crashed into, but the two dead guys in the middle of the alley, yeah, to hell with them. Let's focus on Crybaby Man. Ah, well. I'm sure we'll now spend a bunch of time with Joel and Ellie. Fuck. It's another backstory. Oh, man. I sure do wonder how this QZ changes and becomes a wasteland we've seen before. Oh, wait. No, I don't. I don't care about their motivations or their history. They're willing to maim and kill, same as anyone in this broken world. They have the same backstory as everyone else. The world fell apart. The government failed them. Wow, it's just like real life. Time to get over it, folks. Wait, is that the lady from 2.5 Men? Are we going to see the heads of other notable characters from that show outside, on spikes near the gate? Just justified in hindsight? You know what? No, I'm going to rant for a second now. I'm tired of so-called sympathetic villains. They need to be written perfectly, or they come across as muddied, failed concepts, and this definitely falls into that latter category. The show gives us a paper-thin reason. Oh, they were mistreated by Vedra. You mean like every other QZ in the entire show? And now they're going to go and treat, strangers the way they were treated? Everyone in the world, fictional or not, will have a reason to be evil. Ask anyone. I mean anyone. Get to know anyone. And you will find a justifiable reason for them to have a villain arc, a broken heart, a mistreatment. That's the point. We aren't all villains, and many people go about their day with this trying to be better than having this knee-jerk Tumblr reaction of bad things, now I'm bad. I understand the temptation, because having a multi-layered villain can add depth to the story and give everyone an emotional dilemma of supporting the hero over someone who has been wronged or just had a worse day. But this is a case of But instead of being better than the ones who hurt them, these bandits, and don't you dare call them anything else, decide to be bandits. We get a scene where they plop the bodies of the dead ambushers in front of strong female resistance leader, and then everyone looks sad. Oh no, you fucked around and found out. Can creative stop this? Aside from the sizable chunk of this episode this takes up, an episode where we finally got to see Joel and Ellie just solely them, instead of getting bait and switched or having Tess or anyone else muddy that relationship. This takes away from the world of The Last of Us to me. The show seems to be making it out like this was a freak accident and these people are justified in their terribleness. But the game definitely does it better when they're just random other survivors who have decided the only way they can survive is by hunting their own kind. The sympathetic story nonsense makes it seem like there are other groups who will just be hunky-dory to meet. Oh, thank goodness. I can get off the soapbox now because we're back to Ellie and Joel. They are in hiding from the bad but not so bad guys in a closed-up shop. Ellie is very upset about shooting Crybaby Man, and Joel consoles her by saying she didn't kill him. And he gets it, but that latter point he messes up. Get it? Because he's an idiot. He's emotionally stupid. He's going to make the worst decisions possible. The conversation does awkwardly continue with Ellie mentioning her previous experience hurting people, and I will say, we finally see some evidence this is affecting her, like a normal person. Naturally, like me when faced with an emotional moment, Joel changes the subject and teaches Ellie how to hold a gun properly, and then says not to store it in her pants and put it in her bag. Being a rebellious teen, she puts it in her jacket pocket. Oh gosh, that's gonna help her later, right? Oh no, the bad but not bad guys have a problem. They aren't just looking for Joel and Ellie. Why would we want to focus on them? It's not like they're the entire point of the show. That would be stupid. They're looking for Henry and Sam. Who are they? You didn't play the game? Well, you'll find out later. Because they have done something far worse than Ellie and Joel killing Crybaby Man and his 2 assailants. They drew on the walls with crayons and paint. Yo, this is how society dies. Oh, and there's a depression in the ground, but strong female resistance lady says it's not important. I hope that doesn't come back to bite them. We return to our heroes again as they climb into a darkened tower. Look at all of those stairs. That's a lot of stairs. And Joel gets tired partway up. Get it? Did you get it? He's old and out of date. Now they must rest until daytime. But they can't sleep yet. Joel has to set a sound trap so they can't be snuck up on. That sure sounds like a foolproof plan. And, of course, we get more puns. Oh, wait, now we're talking about Joel being deaf in one ear because of all the shooting. I mean, it sounds real. I don't know enough about guns to say it's wrong. And for our final shot, would you believe that the trap didn't work? Joel did all of that, made a decision, and it didn't work. 2 figures. Spoiler alert, these are Henry and Sam, but shh, don't tell the show that. Henry is pointing a gun at Ellie. If only she'd had her jacket on and could get her gun that she had rebelliously stored there. Shame that didn't happen. And there's a kid pointing a gun at Joel, except we can clearly see there are no bullets in that revolver. There might be one in the chamber, but it looks very much empty. And that's how we end the 4th episode of The Last of Us on this truly gripping cliffhanger. Now, for the most part, I did enjoy it again. The bonding between the central pair is quite nice, and both actors have really started to feel like the characters from the game for the most part. Where it falls short to me is the parts I mentioned earlier, where we found out more about the bad guys, so they seem not so bad, and I won't go over my rant again because it adds nothing to me. In the end, they're an obstacle for our heroes to overcome, and I doubt we'll see them much past the ends of the Kansas City part of this story, so it feels like an addition to either pad out the runtime, or to add something of their own to the story. And my idiot Joel theory gets several more bits of evidence where Joel does bad wrong things to make sure we really get it. He makes the bad choices, because clearly he can't make these decisions himself. How dare he be running around on his own? Come on! What do you want? A character with the ability to think for himself, or one who fits the problematic narrative of the second part? Well, given a certain someone is developing the show, we all know the answer to that. But what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments down below. If my video was entertaining to you, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to my channel. I've been John, the nerd with no job, and I hope you have a great day.